This video is going to be about how to communicate better. Bear with me because I wrote down some notes, and if I read from them, it's so I don't squirrel brain and get off track. I want to touch on a few things that I've learned to help me communicate better over the last 10 years. And one of the fundamental things that pops up for me is that we have 2 ears and one mouth. The best thing you could possibly do in a situation where you are in a conversation with somebody who has expressed a desire to feel listened to is to listen to understand instead of responding. A lot of times what can happen with everybody, because I feel it's human nature, is that we'll formulate a response in our minds before somebody is done speaking. And learning to be aware of that and being able to kind of like turn that volume down or shut it off, however you want to describe your internal thought processes, so you can provide your full present attention to the person that you're talking to, is really, really important. Being able to sit with what is said and work to understand it and empathize what the other person is saying, and even to take it a step further and be curious as to what they said, where they're at, how they're feeling, helps the other person feel acknowledged and heard. And in doing that, you're cultivating, you're improving a safe space for them to know and feel that they are cared about enough to be listened to. So if somebody approaches you and wants to bring something up, the first thing that I do is, before that conversation gets started, is I ask if they need me to simply listen, if they are looking for support, or if they need me to get involved somehow. And that will save so many misunderstandings and so many arguments, and will make the rest of that conversation move so much better when that expectation is already on the table. So if somebody says that I just want to be listened to, you can sit and be present and digest what that person is saying or going through or wanting to express. Depending on what they need you to do, whether it's to simply listen, to be supportive, or to get involved, the next thing to make them feel heard and comfortable and safe is to acknowledge what's been said. You just reiterate what they said in your own words, or you could reframe it to your own understanding. For example, if somebody comes to you grumbling about how their boss doesn't really kind of listen, or berates them when they bring things up, after they're done, you can go, hey, I understand that how frustrating and belittling and depressing your boss treating you and talking to you that way can be. And that works in any circumstance. It doesn't have to be work. It could be in your interpersonal life, with your friends, with your romantic partner, with your children. Those are some key things that have really helped me be a better man and a better dad and a better partner, is working to understand where this person is coming from and simply turning off my internal thought process so I can listen and be present, and then working to make sure the other person is heard before doing anything else on my end.